Hey, what's up guys, this is ABSTYLER bringing you yet another classic map remake. Now before I dive into showing you around the map, let me just quickly say if you're new to this channel or watching the video on another channel, be sure to subscribe as I'm bringing regular Forge content and also some montages and clips of the day. So, as you can see, this remake is Hang 'Em High from Halo CE, which is also remade in Halo 2 and Halo Reach recently. I chose to remake this map because it seems to be actually an all-time favorite not only of me but also of a lot of other people. And this may be due to the fact that it's the perfect blend between a big size map, fairly big size I should say, that still plays well on 4v4 game types. Therefore I thought this should be the perfect map to remake, also a map that's quickly remakeable, but I was wrong. This map took me quite a long time to reconstruct. It's a challenge to get everything right as you cannot use pieces wherever you like. You have to actually place them so that you don't run out of the limit, and when you really need them you still have some left. Which is to say, I still ran out of the limit. That's not the pieces limit, but the actual global limit. In Halo Reach that limit seemed to be fairly high, so nobody ever reached it. For those of you who don't know, the global limit is an overall limit of any piece you can place. Now even if you have a budget left or if you have pieces left in a certain category, you cannot place anything, which goes from normal structure pieces to spawn points to even kill boundaries. Basically you cannot place anything. So I had to delete quite a bunch of stuff like the multi-team spawns. This brings me to the supported game types on this map. So I tried to get a lot of stuff working. Now there is Slayer variants that work on this map, Capture the Flag, Oddball, King of the Hill and Infection, which is now called Flood. I even tried putting Dominion on this map as I thought it's a natural fit and there are quite a lot of structures that could serve as bases. But then the global limit put a stop to that. Now let me talk a bit more about Forge in general, as I ran into some issues constructing the map. My biggest complaint would be that there is no more fine editing. On this map that translates into some Z-fighting, which is when two objects are overlapping each other and there is a stroboscopic effect because the objects are going back and forth between which one is actually shown. Without fine editing, Z-fighting is pretty hard to tackle. It's actually non-resolvable when it comes to the top surface of objects because you cannot vary the height just a tiny bit, so that for the player there would not be any height variation, but for the objects there would be, so that they wouldn't be overlapping each other anymore. So I hope 3 will be putting that into the next title update. Now my second complaint about Forge actually has to do with some cosmetics about the Forge pieces. As you can see or may have seen during this walkthrough of the map, there are all kinds of nooks and crannies in the Forge pieces that actually are just there for cosmetic reasons. For example, on that brace lodge where I'm jumping towards and now walking on, there are those raised areas. There are invisible floors above those areas to make player movement smooth. However, all those areas are a visual catastrophe. They make you have holes at points where it really looks awful. Also, if you face two pieces together, it might seem like they're sticking out even though they are smoothly forged. Now the last downside of Forge, which I can personally live with, is the dimension of forged pieces. Actually it just looks like I should turn off the notifications next time. Well, anyway, the dimensions of bridges and some other pieces are a little different to what they used to be in Reach, which makes it very hard to replicate some of the maps. Well, those were my opinions about the Forge currently, and I hope that 3 addresses some of the things in the upcoming title update for Halo 4. Also I hope they address some other things, like flinching, which was never before in any Halo game, and for me it breaks Halo a little bit, just like the bloom did in Halo Reach. Next up I would like to talk a little bit about my future plans, especially for Halo 4 Forge. The next remake I intend to do is Beaver Creek. After that I will try to recreate Countdown from Halo Reach, as this was a map that was requested quite a lot in the comments. I may even try to recreate Sword Base, as this map was requested quite a lot as well. Further into the future I would like to then also create some maps of my own. those would be mostly competitive maps, by which I mean Slayer game type maps, which could also work for Capture the Flag and things like Oddball and maybe King of the Hill. But I wouldn't like to forge anything like infection maps or race maps. Those are not the kind of game types I enjoy to play, so I'm not going to forge them anyway. I hope you enjoyed the commentary and the map. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments, both for the map and the commentary. I enjoy making those commentaries for you guys, and I'm getting better making them as I practice. If you liked this video and enjoy this kind of content, please be sure to give a like, comment and subscribe over at youtube.com/ABSTYLERvideos. Now as always, click the links above to my previous remakes, and have a good one and see you guys in the next video.